Hey everyone, I'm your host Doug Wagner. Today I'll be talking about the upcoming season for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now we all know what they did last year. Can you say champions? But can they repeat? I'll be answering those questions today. First issue I want to bring up is the roster itself. The Penguins, surprisingly enough, had the exact same team as last year, with one exception, O. Bennett, who signed with the Carolina Hurricanes. A young, talented player, but one who's consistently hurt or on injured reserve, Bennett was a disappointment. I wish Bennett the best in Carolina, but he was up there with the worst bust of all time. Nevertheless, he was the only major departure for the team. With the salary cap doing away with dynasties and making talent recollection nearly impossible, keeping a championship team together has been the hardest issue to deal with for general managers. By keeping together the chemistry of last year, general manager Jim Rutherford has had a very successful offseason, and by keeping all aspects of the team constant, he has set up the Penguins to have a successful season yet again. Ever since Rutherford took over, the Penguins have easily been the best team in the NHL. During Rutherford's tenure with the Penguins, the team has accumulated 68% of possible points. 68%. That's a mark only beaten by the Chicago Blackhawks, who, by the way, play in the inferior Western Conference. The key to their recent success? The Penguins get the puck on net more than any other team in the NHL. Their 52.9 SF percent is tops. For those of you who don't follow advanced statistics, SF percentage is how many shots available land on the net. It is a great statistic to see how efficient an offense is. If the Penguins can continue to get the puck on net this year, just like they did last year, I like their chances to repeat as champions. However, that's not the only statistic I'll be using here on this show. One stat that's probably the most important one in advanced statistics is called a Corsi rating. The official description is the following: the shot difference while a player is on the ice. This includes not just goals and shots on goals, but also shots that miss the net and block shots. In other words, it's the difference in the total number of shots directed at the net. Now, for people who aren't avid hockey fans, the explanation of what a Corsi stat is may be a bit complicated. A Corsi stat, in simple man's terms, is basically how well a team controls the puck, or puck possession. And puck possession is king in hockey, folks. The reason being is that the opponent cannot score while you hold the puck. Easy as that. Now, the Penguins were the best at controlling the puck last year in the Eastern Conference, and only second in the whole NHL behind the LA Kings at a Corsi rating of 52.7%. With the same players on this team and coaches behind the bench, there's absolutely no reason the Penguins should lose any Corsi rating. If any change actually occurs, they should only gain some percent points due to playing together for so long. Another reason I like this team even more than 2015-16 squad is the experience. All these guys now have championship experience under their belt. They know what it takes to win hockey's ultimate prize, the Cup. Not only do the players have more prestige with a championship, but so does Coach Mike Sullivan. He now understands how to handle a championship contender and what that entails. A decision Coach Sullivan has made that I agree with is the idea of resting some of the older veterans during the regular season to help keep them fresh for the postseason. Going to the finals of the playoffs means that the Penguins were playing well into June this past summer. That means a short summer to recuperate. This could have a devastating impact on a team with so many contributing veterans such as Patrick Hornquist, Trevor Daley, or Nick Bonino. If one of these or any other supporting players goes down with injuries this season, it could ruin all the effort Rutherford and the coaching staff put into the team this summer. With a more experienced team and coach, the Penguins should find this postseason to be easier mentally. In the playoffs, teams play a game every other day, a structure that tires players out mentally more than physically because a new game plan is introduced and must be focused on continuously. Moving on, I want to talk about one person in particular that has a special place in all Pittsburghers' hearts, Phil Kessel. The man was hated in Toronto, where he played for 6 years. He comes to Pittsburgh and plays an integral role during the playoffs, leading the team in scoring. He was a fan favorite despite his chubby appearance and stark personality. Sean Gentle has written on this issue saying he's uncomfortable with a tendency to stash any joy he feels for either himself or other people who aren't asking questions or listening to his answers. That's his prerogative. I guess people in Pittsburgh don't care what you look like or your demeanor is as long as you perform on the ice. As we look to next season, I think it's safe to say we all expect a lot from this team after their incredible performance in the playoffs. Whether they deliver under all that pressure is on them. One thing is for sure, though, if the Penguins are playing well, I know for a fact Consol Energy Center will be loud and rowdy. As I conclude my podcast, I want to wish the Penguins the best and hope for another championship parade in Pittsburgh next June.